Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. So with that, let's get you out to Southern California as standing by at STUBHUB Stadium. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at STUBHUB Center in Carson, California. The scene here in Carson a moment ago, both teams making their way out of the tunnel. Phillip Rivers, now the main man here in L.A., as his Chargers will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Tyreek Hill set to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by the number 10 overall pick in the 2017 draft. It's Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see how they bring him along. You know, a lot of people say, well, do you have some training wheels on a young quarterback? But Patrick Mahomes is at his best. He's a little bit more of a freewheeling guy who can use his big arm to get the ball downfield. I suspect the Chiefs are going to lean towards letting him go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Blue 45.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. Returning, it's Benjamin. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be brought out by the NC State product, Phillip Rivers, in his 15th season now.
Another great year for Phillip Rivers. 28 touchdown passes, and he went over 50,000 pass yards for his career while having his team in playoff contention late in the season. A lot of people thought the Chargers might look for a quarterback with their 17th overall pick. They didn't. In fact, they didn't draft one at all, which is a testament to Phillip Rivers' continued great play and durability.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
A first down throw here for Rivers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
Your NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2017 was Keenan Allen, who set a Chargers record for most receptions in a season with 102. And he passed Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson in doing so. Played only 9 games in the previous 2 years. He plays with a ferocity that few see on the field, attacks routes downfield, and makes big plays.
Set. 380.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Hunt.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And Hill with it over the middle. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins, for the Kansas City first.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Such a highly touted product out of Ohio State. Bosa has not disappointed in the NFL.
Not even close. Rookie of the year, his first season. 12.5 sacks and a Pro Bowl his second season. What's next for this guy? I say the sky's the limit, and you know how much he loves pass rushing. Even swaps moves with the opposition post-game, always trying to get better.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, here's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
There we go. Blue 45.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Green 90. Green.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Here's Desmond King on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down, Rivers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 66 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Ready, right, 20.
Hitting. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now hitting. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, 29 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Butker now to kick this one away. To return it now, here's King. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
First down, Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Rivers now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Virgil Green, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To throw, Mahomes. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. To throw is Mahomes. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Now Mahomes. Fighting to stay upright. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Mahomes to throw once more. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Here we go.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Mahomes now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They run again with Hunt. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. This is Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 55 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And that changes everything here in OT. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. To return it now, here's King. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, the yards count either way.
Set, run 80.
Now the first throw in overtime for Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got some decisions to make now. In field goal range already. How do you play this out?
You check with your kicker to make sure the spot that he told you that he wants it is still the same as the game has gone on, because sometimes the kickers have to make adjustments. They may all of a sudden become more confident about their range and their spot. They may become less confident about it. Where do you want it, and what is the range that we need to get into for you to kick the one through the post for us to win it?
So this game possibly could end on the foot of the kicker here in overtime. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Thomas, the intended target. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hey, ready, set 180.
What can Rivers do in the OT? And his pass incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Block 15.
To throw on 3rd down. Rivers. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Here we go now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a 1st down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I'd love to see games finish that way.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this is